YouTube, we are learning Master Duel on Reddit r Master Duel. Join today with memes. Memes are not for just laughing at. Memes are also for being informed. You could learn a lot from memes. A lot of people get their news from memes. Well, I would like to have this trend be started with this. Learn modern Yu-Gi-Oh with these memes. Natural security, such a great idea. So I would really like for this to take off. We need this to take off because we're all sick of reading. We're overwhelmed. Almirage, what is my purpose? You send Nerval to the graveyard. That's Tri-Brigade. So we'll have a Tri-Brigade. That's Nerval right there. You send Nerval, it searches, it's a top deck, it's tier list. You're seeing it all over the place. You send it, it searches. Great, you're learning. What else? What is my purpose? You help Alistair make Makaba. That's great. That's great. What does that mean? When we have Invoker, let's see if we have a good Invoker deck list. Let's click on Invoker and see what Invoker is being used in. We have a deck list using the Secure Gardener, right? Here we go. So this is the deck list. You normal summon Invoker, you search Invocation, then you send Invoker to the graveyard to make an Almirage. Then you send Almirage to the graveyard to make a Secure Gardener. Secure Gardener is a light monster. Then you activate the Invocation to make the Makaba. Now you have a negate. Negate anything by discarding a card. That's great, and that's all you had to know. You don't even have to know what this card does. Who knows what it does? It makes Makaba. That's it. So let's do another one. What is my purpose? You get dumped in the graveyard to pop a card. That's great. That's exactly what it does. I learned this when I was playing on the TCG simulators. That is a great use of this card, the N-Tis. N-Tis. So what decks is this being used in? When this is sent from the extra deck to the graveyard, it destroys a card in the field. You don't have to know anything else. Here are decks that are using it. How does Drytron use it? Let's look at a Drytron deck and how does the Invoke deck use it? These two decks have good ways to do it. You can normal summon the Diviner, you send the N-Tis to the graveyard, you pop a card in the field. That's generally going to be a rarer play to do though. That's just an option. With Invoker, invoked Dogmatica, you have the Dogmatica Maximus. This can send 2 extra deck monsters to the graveyard, and one of them could be the N-Tis, which will destroy a card in the field. Where's N-Tis? Right there. Pop a card in the field if you want. So there you go. That's a good idea. And let's do some more memes. And the chat's also putting their input. You could read it. What is my purpose? You make Zeus. Zeus. You can't have Zeus without Zoo. Zeus. Zeus. Zeus is, if you don't know what Zeus is, you need to learn Zeus because if you sort by popularity, it's top 5 most popular card in the entire game. The only way to summon the main way to summon this, you don't care about 2 level 12 monsters. You don't care about that it's 12. Forget how to exceed summon. You don't actually do a real exceed summon this. It's weird. If an exceed monster battled this turn, you just put this on top of it in main phase 2. This can't come to Duel Links. You can't summon this. It's crazy. So the Zodiac is a very popular deck to use it in with Tri-Brigade Zodiac. So Tri-Brigade Zodiac, you will normal summon any of your Zodiacs. You'll make a Borbo on top of it, which is the meme. Why is this making the Zeus? Because this can attack directly. That's all you need to know. It attacks directly. You normal summon a Zodiac, you make a Borbo, you can attack directly, then you stack more Zodiacs on top of it, and then you make a Zeus to wipe the whole field. It's insane. Zeus is insane. Moving on. What is my purpose? You give Zeus an additional material. That's, if you've seen Downward Magician, I believe we've seen it in, let's see, what decks are playing Downward Magician? I saw them summon Downward Magician. If you see Downward Magician, you read it, you're a fool. You have limited brain capacity to read cards. So this meme's telling you, don't read this. It's a lie. It's a trick. They are just using it to give an additional material. So you summon the Downward Magician on top of your Exceed, and it gives the Zeus an additional material because Zeus is per 2 detached, you get to pop a card, to wipe the whole field. So a normal Exceed is going to be 2 cards plus the Exceed. If you were to summon Zeus, that will be only 3 materials. You can only activate Zeus once. So by summoning the Downerd Magician, that's the 4th material for double activation. Wipe the field with Zeus, one of the most popular cards in the game. Moving on. What is my purpose? You do the Buster Lock. So I've seen this Union Carrier is kind of nuts. I am still learning this. I'm seeing this. There's weird combos with this. This seems like a card that should be banned. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fool. If I look at the Union Carrier is going to equip a monster from your deck onto it or another monster, I believe. So the Buster Lock is, let's type in Buster. If this is equipped to a monster, while this card is equipped to a monster, your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck. So what deck is doing the Buster Lock? You're using the Union Carrier to do it. It looks like Emancipator is the deck that is doing the lock. So Emancipator, somewhere in their combo, they're going to summon the Union Carrier, and then you could equip the Buster Blader thing from your deck to a monster with the same original type or attribute, and then they can't special summon. Now, Drytron is using Union Carrier to equip an Ava. Ava, what is your purpose? You search for orange and another fairy. Your fuel for the Herald of Orange Light. So that's another use of the carrier triggering the Ava or locking your opponent. So make sure to learn that. Moving on. We have Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. I have no idea what this card is. I don't want to read it, so this meme's going to tell me. You get sent to the graveyard to make Odd Eyes Vortex. Do we have an actual deck with that on the website? Let's see. Submit your Plat 1 decks. Absolute Dragon. It's being used in an Endemon deck right now. Endemon deck is using it. And what does the meme say it summons? It makes an Odd Eyes Vortex. So what is Odd Eyes Vortex? Let's see. Vortex. So I'm learning from this meme. Cool. It makes this boss monster, which has the quick effect of when a spell, trap, or monster effect's activated, you could shuffle one face-up pendulum from your extra into the deck to negate the activation. So get negating. It helps you set up for negate. Great. Moving on. We have APK. What is my purpose? You get dumped to the graveyard to search Ecclesia and Schism. This is such a cool and easy combo to learn. This is one of the first combos I learned on TCG simulators before Master Duel. We have APK. What decks it being used in? Let's click on it, and it's going to be used in the Invoke deck. So let's look at the Invoke Dogmatica deck. So what you're going to do is you will Invoker, you will summon a Makaba. Then with Makaba on the field, you could special summon the Ecclesia. Ecclesia will then search for the Maximus. Maximus will special summon. Maximus will send 2 cards from your extra deck to the graveyard. You're going to send the APK, and you're going to send the Titan-clad Ash Dragon. So you send those 2. The APK is going to search for a Schism. Schism, what's your purpose? You make Winda on your opponent's turn so they could only special summon once. And the Titan in the end phase is going to search for Ecclesia to your hand. So that's a cool combo with Invoker. It's not really that big of a combo. You're not spam link summoning, targeting this, co-linking. It's a lot simple. So I do recommend a deck like this. Maybe we should see more success with it first because it's a bit nerfed compared to TCG. So that's great. With that, moving on. Final one. We have the Nemesis Corridor. What is my purpose? I have no idea what this card is, so please teach me. You make Colossus. What? What? Corridor? Let's see what Corridor. Corridor. I guess that's kind of rare. It helps make Colossus, so maybe this is more of an obscure combo. If there's a Plat 1 deck using this, then please submit it to the Master Duel Discord, all right? We have the Master Duel Discord being shown right here. These are Plat 1 win streaks. Here are Plat 1 decks. It gets submitted to the website. So if you have that combo, do it. So I would like this to become a bigger trend. Hopefully you learned a lot from these memes, just popular combos and what a card's purpose is. So the less you have to read, the better. Less reading, more playing, just know what cards are for. Let's make this a big thing. Thank you very much. Shout out to Natural Security for making it and the Reddit r Master Duel subreddit. Thank you all. Fools.